another fact is that there were always different heroes of each match. So if Pratika Rawal, Harman in one, there is Jemima in another, there is Richa Ghosh who wins you and plays that cameo and gets wickets. There's Deepti Sharma, amazing all-round performance, even in the final 5 wickets, 58 runs. What's brought about this transformation? Can you tell us about that? Have you been watching this closely? Were you expecting that this would happen? Has there been a transformation too? In terms of work behind
transformation, if you talk about transformation, I think a huge credit should go to BCCI, to Mr. Jay Shah, because he's the one who's launched and commercialized WPL 3 years back. WPL just finished 3 seasons, and we have the auction in November for the next season. But the franchise league really changed everything for women's cricket, giving them the exposure and experience of tightly fought games. Experience of being in that situation time and again, because that's what you get to see, the intensity in a franchise league. And we've seen that from all these players. You've spoken about Richa Ghosh. She's done that for RCB. You talk about Deepti Sharma doing that for UP Warriors, Jemima Rodrigues for Delhi Capitals. So when you're representing your franchise and you're in that situation time and again, you eventually find a way to deal with it. Like crunch situation, how do you go about it? If you're in that for 10 games and then you pull it off like 3 or 4 times in a franchise game, and when you're representing India in the World Cup, you're up for 3 games, you know how to go about it because you sort of cracked it in the franchise league. And that's where I think this team really benefited is from the franchise league. And you've also unearthed talents like Sri Charni, who's just played a 1 season in WPL. She got picked because of WPL. Kranti God, we've seen in the franchise league. So when you get to see these players and fast-tracked in the Indian team, if not for the franchise league, they would have at least taken 2-3 years to get used to the international standard. Now you don't require that much time. They've got a good prep before the World Cup. They've played England, they've played Australia at home. They've got camps in all the venues that they've played. So the preparation, again, BCCI has given them everything that they could. In terms of the contingency, I've spoken that we have 18 members support staff. I'm not talking about the team. They've actually crossed the numbers across the 15-member squad. Wow. So then you can imagine the investment in the women's team. Great. And that is why the result is, of course, credit should go to the players because they put in the hard yards in the last 2 years, the support staff as well. But credit to BCCI and to Jay Shah to actually give them everything. The pay parity he got in the same year as WPL, and being ICC chair, he also has increased the prize money for this tournament, like 4 times. Yeah. That's huge. And that when the head of the boards look at women's cricket on par with men's cricket, then you see that transformation. And then it's just not in the playing field, it's off the field as well.
Yeah, and the fans also. The stadium was packed to the rafters. So there has been a huge turnout of the fans. The following is as immense. Today's cricket stars, as their social media following mirrors some of the men cricketers also. So overall, there is a collective attention that's being paid to the sport. Just a quick word I wanted to get you from on Amol Majumdar as a coach. What have you observed? What a story for him. Always waiting in the ranks, highest scorer in domestic cricket, never got a chance to play international. And he leads the side to the World Cup. So his touch or feel of the World Cup is as a coach. But that's also a story in itself. Have you interacted with him? Have you seen his methods? Do you agree, disagree with what he's trying to do?
I think the first time, of course, we've met in the commentary box only for IPL when we were doing commentary. And we did interact a little bit, and then when he applied for the post of the coach as well, that was the time I was still around. He did ask me a few inputs on how the team is and everything. But I think he did take some time to get his way around the team, which happens with every new coach, the dynamics in the team as well. But from what the inputs I've got from the players is that, on field, in the training sessions, he's pretty calm, but they did have few of those moments when they lost, and then you require that. You need somebody in the support staff. You need somebody to sort of pump you up when things are down. You want them to inspire and give that motivational talk, which he did. which probably I've heard from the players, and which was so important. But at the same time, standing up for them as well, because as a coach, your role is of course behind the screen, and you're preparing the players. But during the camps, one of the camps, we had an event in Vizag, so I got to talk to the players, and they were speaking about hours of batting, hours of bowling. The training session quite well planned. As I spoke about the preparation, they've prepared in Mumbai. They know that they are playing two games, the semi-final if they crack it, and the final. So they need to have the camps in Mumbai, had the camps in Vizag where they've played two games. So identifying how you want to prepare for the big event. So calm person, of course, a person who doesn't talk very much in public, but he knows how to go about, since he's played so much of domestic cricket and red ball cricket. Um, I'm just happy for a fact that sometimes, when you're not sort of meant to wear the blue jersey as a player, and you got somehow the universe gives you another go at in a very different capacity.
Yeah.
He still wore the blue jersey, and then he managed to do that so many coaches in the past wanted to again get the World Cup for India.
You mentioned Vizag. That's also
Yeah.
special because there's a stand to Mithali Raj's name. The first time a woman cricketer has a stand named to herself. How did that feel? You feel that that's finally recognition of the hard work that women have put into cricket too over the last many years. There's a gate at the name of Ravi Kalpana. So you were there at that event. So how did that feel to see a stand of your own name?
Well, honestly, I was sort of taken back. Didn't expect that, when we start um, playing sport and when we start playing for India, yes, winning World Cup was one thing. But, nobody would have this in their dream that, okay, there would be a stand named after you in an international stadium. But when it did happen, I was quite happy for a fact that, women's cricket is finding its place. At one point, everybody spoke cricket is a men's game, and
Yeah.
in the same game, women are finding their place, and it is slowly happening to be an equal place.
Yes.
So it's that's what it feels like. All the girls who in the coming years, if they get to play an international game there, the girls who turn up to the stadiums, see our Kalpana, who's a local girl, they would probably also have that thing in, like, okay, there is a stand on a girl's name. Tomorrow, if I end up playing for India and do well, maybe a possibility of having, my name there.
My name on
So
the
it's pretty much like uh, just expanding the sort of perspective and vision of what all you can dream of.
Yeah, Harmanpreet had a post on Insta where she said cricket is not a gentleman's game, it's everyone's game, with the cup she had. So my final question to you is about Harmanpreet. As a captain, what she would have gone through, because for you, oftentimes leading the team, it was so near yet so far. How do you think she fared? She's
I think,
also grown under you, and there have been ups and downs and various equations. But how would you feel? And what would you think?
Well, I'm happy for her as well, because see, when you're leading a side, you definitely want the team to do well under you, and she's also been part of the 2017 World Cup.
Yes.
She also understands the heartbreak of not crossing that line.
Yes.
But at the same time, someone who's been a very successful captain for Mumbai Indians, she sort of got her way around leading teams and having a very supportive staff, the team management, and working and the build up to this World Cup is very important. And the equation between her and Amol is so important in the context of winning this tournament, is because they are, one is the captain of the players, the other is the captain of the support staff, and you want both of them to be synced and to align together in getting the team across, and which we got to see, because if not for that, then it would have been very difficult. And both of them have worked through the tournament also. Starting, there were a lot of chatter about the combination of the team, and finally they cracked into the semi-final, getting the 6 bowling options and then getting into the finals. So it was good to see they finally got the right combination at the right time.
Well, I'm glad to see you so happy, and I hope this happiness is there on you over the next 4 5 days, because this has made everybody happy. It's a great moment, a turning point in cricket for Bharat, and especially women's cricket for Bharat. Mithali Raj, always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.